Hi, this is David Vai, editor with Microwave Journal, and joining me is our technical editor, Pat Hindle. And I'd like to welcome everyone to our first edition of a new video segment that we're producing. It's called Frequency Matters, and in it we want to bring you some highlights from the magazine, some events that are happening in the microwave world, and a discussion of some of the upcoming events and things that the industry is engaged in. So right now we're kind of putting the wraps on our November issue, which should be hitting the street any day now. And we have a pretty exciting cover feature from an industry guru, Ulrich Rode, and his engineering team at Synergy Microwave. They've done a pretty interesting piece of technology we haven't seen before.
Yeah, what is it? The Mobius strip resonator? It's very interesting.
Yeah, apparently it has really high Q, and that results in some pretty interesting performance for some of the devices that they are involved in, the synthesizers and oscillator type devices that they make down there.
Yeah, and our review board looked at it and they were like, this is amazing stuff. It was very interesting. First time they've ever seen something that, unique. So we look forward to reading that.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of engineering. So we also have November is a special month because we have the our mobile communication supplement.
Right, so that'll be distributed at Mobile World Congress, and the cover story will be featuring CMOS versus gallium arsenide technology for RF handsets, and Joe Madden, who's an expert industry analyst, will be writing that.
I really enjoyed that piece, and he put it in some pretty black and white terms, what's happening in that battle between CMOS and GaAs for ownership of the front end.
Yeah, there's the big announcement this year was Qualcomm's RF360 all CMOS PA module, so that's really kind of thrown a wrench into the market there, and it's be interesting to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a follow-on to our story that we ran in June from Qualcomm. So it's obviously an ongoing situation where the semiconductor in the front end is changing in a very dynamic situation there. What else do we have?
And then we have a couple design challenges for 802.11 AC and AD. And then there's also the challenges of LTE Advanced COMP.
What is COMP actually?
I think it's a way to coordinate between microcells, picocells, and there'll be a heterogeneous network in the future, and you need to be able to switch back and forth between them to multitask.
Okay, so that's a technology we'll keep an eye on. So we've got the magazine. What's happening on online? You're very engaged in the social media aspect of what Microwave Journal has. What's going on there?
Yeah, especially on LinkedIn, there's some activity on the CMOS and gallium arsenide group discussing the very topic that we just mentioned in our supplement. And I'd like to say our RF and microwave community is going to hit 20,000 members probably by the time we shoot our next episode.
Oh, that's fantastic. Also, we started a RF microwave community for Europe, which will post things that are very specific to Europe, as well as one for China, which complements our Microwave Journal China magazine and our conference that we'll be running in April, EDICon 2014, which will be the second year. First year was very successful, and we're looking forward to year number 2 as we plan to double the space, the exhibition, and we've got some really good talks that are coming in right now. By the way, the deadline for paper submission is just this week.
Yeah, it's coming up, and that's just abstracts, so get them in as soon as you can. And in the news, the one thing that caught my eye was Peregrine's 25th anniversary, and they kind of flooded the market with some quick hits there. They shipped their 2 billionth chip, which was a Murata handset switching module that they're working on, and they announced Ultra CMOS 10, which is a 130 nanometer process. And finally, they did a partnership with Global Foundries. So there's a lot of activity, and the reason that caught my eye was silicon on insulator technology seems to have really taken off this year. I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago it was considered a low performance, low cost process only, with the exception of maybe Peregrine. But this year, Skyworks announced products, and just recently Toshiba announced what they consider to be the smallest switch chip on the market for handsets. So
a lot of stuff happening.
I think that's
there.
an interesting topic.
Did you catch that business announcement that Anaren has been acquired by Veritas?
Yeah, that was pretty big.
Events going on. There's the ARMMS conference that's happening next week in Europe, and you and I have both been at European Microwave Week. That was a pretty good show.
Yeah, European Microwave in Nuremberg. So Germany's always a great venue because there's a lot of RF and microwave companies in the area. So you get good attendance and a lot of new companies there.
Yep.
And I kind of compared it. I was in Shanghai a couple weeks after for IME. That show is really two shows co-located. It's an EMC show and a microwave and antenna show. It's kind of EMC in the front and microwave in the back. I wish they would split it maybe side to side. Don't put us in the back.
The thing I liked at European Microwave Week was there was a lot of activity around radar, which was the cover story we ran in September related to automotive radar. And I am seeing a lot of radar activity moving forward. Some of it's related to Homeland Security and sensor networks and tied into UAV market. But certainly the radar, the commercial automotive market is exciting, and I think that there's a lot of development going on there. Show-wise, recently, last week was the Association of Old Crow show, which is about electronic warfare and radar as well. So we're seeing a lot of activity there and expect to do so in 2014.
And I'll be heading out to Milcom in San Diego in a week or so, and be covering that show with Brian Landy, so that'll be good.
Okay, that sounds good. And then following up in January, I'll be heading out to California myself for DesignCon, which is a high-speed digital signal integrity-based show, but that fits in with the component of what we do at EDICon in China. So it's all good.
Well, I think that about wraps it up, but if you have any suggestions for our show, please email us at editor@microwavejournal.com.
And so for Microwave Journal, this is editors David Vai and Pat Hindle.
And join us in 2 weeks for our next episode of Frequency Matters.